Well, we have Gurmeet Chadha, who's joining in to react to this piece of news that's come in here with regard to Federal Bank. Gurmeet, good morning. Thanks a lot for joining in. The big news has come in there. Blackstone's going to be, getting warrants in Federal Bank, and post-conversion, it'll be close to 9.99%. How do you read this piece of news, and what would you do with the stock from here on?
Hi, Nigel. Good morning. Extremely positive. I think the stock, the bank operationally also is seeing a bit of a turnaround once Mr. Manian joined from Kotak. Mr. Manian, as people would know, was instrumental in making Kotak what it is today as a franchisee, and change of leadership makes a huge difference. We've seen that with ICICI Bank also earlier. So operationally also, they've been doing well. Last quarter was very good. Actually, they saw a NIM expansion. CASA ratio also improved. In fact, they outgrew the industry as far as, the advances as well as retail loans are concerned. The wholesale retail mix also seems to be changing. So I think on core performance looks steady. They are diversifying from just being a South-based, Kerala-based bank to broader branches. There's some bit of a union issue, which I think will gradually get sorted as they diversify more pan-India. But this is extremely positive, Nigel. More so, I think this is a change in stance of RBI in allowing, large foreign players to own sizable stakes in the bank. And this is almost like banking sector reforms reloading. This gives access to, cheaper capital, global markets, and host of good practices, I think. And then India obviously has officially taken a stance that we want some of our top banks and top 10 banks globally. I think you will see more banking reforms getting loaded on this.
Yeah, I mean, so many foreign entrants now coming through. Emirates NBD with RBL, Mitsubishi, financial group with Yes Bank, and there's some chatter around Shriram Finance as well. So let's see. But Gurmeet, just wondering, and of course, we're going to try and get more clarity from the Federal Bank management. So they get 6,200 crores of additional capital. The bank was already very well capitalized. And when we spoke to them immediately after the earnings call, they did not lay out any specific plans in terms of inorganic growth on wealth management. I remember we asked them this. So, I mean, right now it's like anyone's guess. What's your best guess? What will Federal use the money for?
So, Surabhi, I think one is obviously they are well capitalized, but I think the way growth is picking up, especially the changes done on the corporate loan side, removing caps of 10,000 crore on corporate loan limits, allowing banks to do acquisition finance. I think not only just capital, I think the name, the expertise, some of these large players bring is extremely important, more from an investment banking point of view as well. So that's important. Second, as I said, a lot of these banks will get re-rated because RBL has had its share of issues with credit card and microfinance portfolio. Federal Bank also has been trading around book value for a very long time. And I think there's a lot of catch-up which will happen in some of these tier 2 banks. They have large presence, and it gives, as I said, access to the cost of funds has an impact. You get a name, once you have larger names joining, you join a bigger consortium when it comes to large deals. So there are multiple implications. And more importantly, I think RBI has decided post Yes Bank and other episodes that once the banks are doing well, they would want larger, stronger hands to come rather than RBI keep intervening with on a daily management issue. So broadly, as I said, you might also see Indian corporates now lobbying for increased stakes in banks. Currently, the voting rights are capped. I also think the automatic approval is 5. With RBI approval, you have 9.9% stake as the highest, as well as individual investors concerned. That might get a relook. So to me, this is broader banking reforms, as I said, getting reloaded.
Okay. All right, Gurmeet, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for a quick comment and a quick chat there. So there you see the news finally coming through. Federal Bank gets a new investor. Blackstone is going to be checking in with a stake which is going to be just under 10%, and this is going to be happening via an issue of warrants. And in this entire transaction, Federal Bank gets in capital infusion to the extent of almost 6,200 crore rupees, just 1 or 2 crores less than that, rounding off the figures over there.